that why you're nagging? Oh yes. Yes.
So, October, hey? We're already there. So, we've had a lovely sort of slow start to the morning with a little bit of work, a nice dog walk outside. It's perfect weather. And I do have to go run... Oh, hello. Hello. I do have to go run some errands today. I'm picking up a book for my best friend's birthday. Alfie does not like that. Alfie, chill. You guys know Erin, you've seen them on this channel before, and they already know that I'm doing this, but for their birthday, I'm going to read. Stop. But for their birthday, I'm going to read and annotate one of their favourite books that I still haven't read after however many years of them nagging me. I'm going to go and hunt down that book today because I haven't been able to find it in any of the bookshops recently, but I actually think they've just gotten a new stock at one of the ones close to me. So I'm going to go pick that up. So we've got a little bookshop haul, which will be fun. Also, I feel like I went full tilt into the September autumnal reading, and there are so many new releases I am like in desperate desire of, to the point where I don't even know where to start and I'm overwhelmed, and I'm not doing like big book hauls at the moment because money, but I don't even know where to start on my reading or like what books I'd like to read. And also my TBR pile is like desperately low. I don't think it's ever been as low as it is right now, which is kind of stressful for me because there's just not many options, and a lot of the options I have are like starts to series, which is fine. And I do have a few sequels. I've got 2 sequels all from the same series, and that's Belladonna by Adeline Grace. But pretty much like everything is the start of a fantasy series, I think, and they're just not ones that I'm in the mood for, which isn't great. But then I don't know what to get. I did try reading People Watching by Hannah Bonham Young last week. I had to return it. I didn't love it, which I was really sad about because I've heard so many great things about Hannah Bonham Young. So maybe I'll try her other books at some point, but that was just not what I was in the mood for, and I think it just wasn't what I was in the mood for, and it was also just, I don't think it was for me. It was very lust forward. I'll go into a bit more detail with it for the for my September wrap up, because it was a DNF for me, which was I think my first one of the year. It's not good. And I was so excited for it. Yeah, I don't know where to start. I really want to read Fairytale, and that's just been traditionally republished. I really want to read the Hellbent, which is the second one to Ninth House. And I swear I had a copy of it, but I cannot find it for the life of me. So I don't know if that means I need to rebuy it at some point, but I might try and see if they've got it on Marketplace or something, because I have the hardcover for Ninth House because I got it when it first came out. So I might try and find that one secondhand for the hardcover, because I do believe that's going to still be a continuing series. There are so many books that I want, and I don't know where to start. So I've actually been doing a reread recently, which I'll talk about with you guys later, but I've started a reread of a book that I read ages ago, and I was like, you know what, this is the perfect autumnal spooky vibes. So that's what I'm currently doing. I'm going to read some old comfort books, which doesn't make sense because there are so many new ones. that I should be partaking in. However, nothing is hitting the spot at the moment. Dreadful, dreadful, dreadful. I'm just using my viewfinder as a mirror right now, so goodness knows what this is going to look like when I check the mirror. Hopefully it's fine. What other books did I want? I think I will need to reread Ninth House because it's been so long since I read that one. I do want to reread Ninth House. I've got Catabasis on my list. That's pretty high up there, actually. That might be a good one. Alchemized just came out. I'm not sure if that's for me or not, to be honest. Might be a bit too dark. The new Divine Rivals spin-off, the adult one, Wild Reverence. Oh, I want that one desperately. Desperately. I still need to finish the Natural series. I've got one book left, which is Bad Blood. Also haven't been able to find that one anywhere. Read Immortal Consequences by, is it Ivy Marie? I think that's a newer one. It's on the list. We'll go to the bookshop today and I'm sure I'll have 10 more that I'll show you and be like, oh, I want that one. I want that one. There's so many. There's so many. So many books, so little time. And I'm just one girl with one bank account. Oh, Mistborn. I really want to read that series. That one's very high up there at the moment. I feel like everyone's raving about it. I don't know, guys. I don't know. Too many books. I'm overwhelmed. I'm stressed. So we did do a little bit of journaling and goal setting for the week, for the month coming up. I did just kind of show you guys my like content calendar rather than my personal or my work one. So just a little showcase in there for you. We've had a nice little walk. And then what else was there today? Oh, I was thinking we could do some baking. I haven't done baking in ages. That could be fun. That could be fun. We could do some cinnamon buns. I think we've got all the ingredients for it. So that would be nice. I'm just doing a nice little spend the day with me as we welcome in the new month. Okay, I'm going to put lips on because I look a bit anemic right now and brush my hair. So I'll take you along for the rest of the day. All right, I think we're going to head to an Indigo. And then we might go to the indie bookshop. It's a little bit further away, but I've got the time today, so might have a browse, probably won't get anything, might get something, but we're just gonna, the priority is getting Erin's birthday present book today. That's the priority. Let's go book shopping. Books are so expensive in Canada. I'm really playing with the idea of in the next few years moving back to England, like getting £5 books. That would be lovely. That would be lovely. I don't think I'm going to end up going to the indie store today. I'll save that for another day. But my boyfriend is sick, so I'm going to go and bring him some tea and then probably head home. Oh, you know what? I should have made the cinnamon buns before. And then I could have dropped them off for him. Oh. Well, he'll have to just make do with some tea today. Maybe cinnamon buns another day. Okay, we're gonna make some cinnamon buns. Also, as this is going up on the 1st, how are you guys feeling about the life of a showgirl in 2 days? I'm ready. I'm ready. So we're gonna put on some music. I always kind of like autumn is always like the Evermore season for me, or folklore. But there's another album, kind of like Novo Amor, Hosier, Noah Khan, Lord Huron sort of vibes that I've been loving. So I'm gonna put that on while we bake. Alfie's on one today. He's on one. Let's get into it. Let's do some baking. I have my little recipe card, which I'll be following to a T. I'll take you guys along. Okay, so that does have to rise for an hour, so probably gonna... I've been trying to film and like make more short form content, which kind of terrifies me. I always have like my Instagram and everything and TikTok linked down below, but I definitely like prefer YouTube. I'm terrified to make more short form because I feel like it's very much like trend based, but also people are so mean online, whereas I feel like if you're sitting down watching a 20-minute video of me, you're probably like getting more context and maybe hopefully you enjoy my content, versus I feel like just putting out the sort of 10-second snippets is scary. So I've been trying to like batch film a bunch of those to like post over the week because yeah, I feel like it could help with sort of promoting my channel and maybe looking more at a business lens of sort of content creation and the opportunities there, but we'll see. We'll see. Scary. So maybe I could do some of that actually. Yeah, maybe that's a good idea. Maybe I'll do some of that in the waiting period. I've just got to wait for the dough to rise for an hour and then we can actually start making the rolls and put them in the oven and whatnot. Let's do it. Let's get out of my comfort zone. They've got to rise again for another half an hour. I'm not sure, guys. I'm never sure with cinnamon buns. Anything that's got yeast and I'm like, I think I messed up. But probably just gonna do last little bit of work and then once the cinnamon buns are in, can relax for the evening. Okay, so while that is baking, I feel like I maybe should have used a smaller pan. I will. I thought we could go over my autumn TBR. I was saying my pile is quite low also. I got a new chair in here. It was free on Facebook Marketplace. It's not the prettiest, but man is it comfy. Yeah, this is the current state of my TBR. You can't really see that. There's 8 books on the cart right now. I also have a few extras on a different shelf, so that's good. But this is the one that I bought today, Black Sun by Rebecca Roanhorse. It says it is a fantasy said inspired by the civilizations of the pre-Columbian Americas. So this is the one that Erin has asked me to read for years, and I have never gotten around to it, but for their birthday this year, I figured I will read it and annotate it as I go. It's not too big, she says, hopefully. Under 500 pages, so that's pretty good. I believe this also starts off a trilogy, so that's fun. Another one that I'd like to get around to this autumn is A Fire Endless by Rebecca Ross. This is the sequel to A River Enchanted. This is just a duology, and I'm a Rebecca Ross stan. I love her. I love her books. The next one on my list is Catabasis or Catabasis by R.F. Kuang. This is the latest release and also our book club's pick. We did end up choosing that this week for our book club, so I'm ready for that. It's going to be extremely fun. I've heard mixed things, but I think I'm going to like it. I think a lot of people potentially don't like R.F. Kuang's writing because it's dense. It is dense. I love it. It's very like academia central. I always love it, so I think I'm going to enjoy it. The other ones that I'd like to get around to are Foxglove and Wisteria. I don't actually know which way round this is. I think Foxglove is the second and Wisteria is the third. I could be wrong. Whichever one's next, I just want to read these two and wrap up this Belladonna series. I think that would be great. And then the last one was kind of an impulse buy, and that was The Jasad Heir by Sarah Hashem. This is another beginning of a fantasy series. I'm not sure how many are going to be in here. I believe there are 2 currently out, though. If I can get around to the other books, that would be great. There are so many amazing new releases. I think I pointed out a lot of them today at the bookshop. I also really want to start prioritizing my indie books, especially things that I loved earlier this year that I read on Kindle or something and I just don't own them. I do really want to start prioritizing that. So one of those would be like the Legacy series, the final one's coming out later this year, and I would love to have those ones. What are some other ones? I'd really like to read Riftborn, City of Gods and Monsters. That one's up there. I would like to continue on with the Book of Azrael. I've read the first 2 books, so I'd like to read the 3rd one. Is that Dawn of the Cursed Queen, I think? But I'd like to read that, and I also think the 4th book for that is coming out later this year as well. I think I'd like to read some more of J.L. Vamper's work. I really enjoyed The Exorcism of Fairies, which would have been in my last reading vlog as a reread. So I think there's one, The Autumn of the Grimoire of Autumn, I'm not sure. I'd like to read that one. I think I'd like to aim to continue and or finish the Zodiac Academy series. I have like the old indie covers that you can kind of see back there. The old indie covers, and those are obviously being traditionally republished at the moment. So, I mean, I think it's too late for me to get the last 2 in the old covers, but that's fine. They're also on Kindle Unlimited, and it's not one that I'm necessarily like, wow, I need every single one, unless one of them's really good, but they're just sort of like a fun series. I read the first 6, I own the 7th, and yeah, 8 and 9 I can probably just read on Kindle if I can finish that series. I think I'd like to, and I'd also like to read Neverkeep, but they're so soapy, and they have to be in a particular mood for it. They're not the best of qualities, but man are they fun, but you have to be in the mood for them. I also do have Metal Slinger by Rachel Schneider. I kind of picked this up and I think I got literally a single page in and I switched gears. I was just not in the mood for it. A new fantasy series. That's another one that I could read. And then I think there are a few others left on there, and most of them are just starting new fantasy series, which is just, I'm overwhelmed. There's too many. And I think there's just a few that I could continue reading. Oh my gosh, Dark Mirror. I still have not read that. That came out earlier this year and it's the 5th book in the Bone season, which is obviously my favourite series. If you've been around here, you know I will sing those praises for that series until the day is done. But I love that one, and that's got the 5th book that I still haven't read. Oh, and then she also just came out with Among the Burning Flowers, which is a short story. Short story, still 300 pages. Set in the same world as The Priory of the Orange Tree, which is also fab. Too many options, too much. So that's my autumn TBR off the top of my head. That wasn't particularly organised. That was just sort of a waffle of my anticipated reads for the autumn as we now head into October. But I'll also take you guys through what I'm currently reading, which is a reread. I have it upstairs, so I might go and grab that and whack out a few pages while we wait for the cinnamon buns to cook. I'm really nervous about these cinnamon buns. I don't think they're going to turn out the way I want them to. I really should have used a smaller tray. It's fine. Everything's fine. Oopsies. Okay, and then I'm currently reading The Diviners by Libba Bray. This is a reread for me, but I think I haven't read this in, I want to say 10 years, if not more. I love Libba Bray. The way that she writes is very gothic, so I feel like there's another series, A Great and Terrible Beauty, which is sort of Victorian England classic gothic. This is the 1920s in New York, and it's very spooky. I feel like a lot of these books that I love, I'd love to do like a little video on like books that I loved growing up that I think stand the test of time but need a cover redesign, and this would probably, I think these do have new covers now actually. But also Libba Bray is an author who I almost always see at secondhand bookshops, so they're very like widely available, easier to access, and like inexpensive, which is cool, especially her YA books. Like The Great and Terrible Beauty, I think I see it almost everywhere. But yes, this is the one I'm currently reading. It's a bit chunky, but I'll read you the blurb. It says, "Do you believe there are ghosts and demons and diviners among us? Evie O'Neill has been exiled from her boring old hometown and shipped off to the bustling streets of New York City, and she is positively ecstatic. It's 1926, and New York is filled with speakeasies, Ziegfeld girls, and rakish pickpockets. The only catch is that she has to live with her Uncle Will and his unhealthy obsession with the occult. Evie worries he'll discover her darkest secret, a supernatural power that has only brought her trouble so far. But when the police call Will to the crime scene of a murdered girl branded with a cryptic symbol, Evie realizes her gift could help catch a serial killer. As Evie jumps headlong into a dance with a murderer, other stories unfold in the city that never sleeps, and unknown to all, something dark and evil has awakened. So this is a bit of a slow burn, I'd say. There are multiple different character POVs and sort of chapters focuses, which is fun. It's very intelligent in the sense of around this era of history. It's very atmospheric. Even the way that the characters think and speak in their particular chapters is very true to who they are, and they're all very different. This is a book series of 4, I believe. Yeah, I'm just about 150 pages in, so I'm going to keep going with that. It's over 500 pages. It's almost 600 pages, so it's a bit of a big book. It's also YA. Gosh, the back of this says it was $12. Remember when books were $12? Barely. What a time to be alive. Okay, gonna do some reading, I think, as this cooks. They're not looking terrible so far. So far. There's hope yet. There is. Let's taste test these bad boys. Ooh. Looks a bit suggestive. I can't tell. Very bready. Not very pastry-y. I mean, it's a sweet treat. I'll eat it. But I wouldn't say they're, top-notch. But, hey, maybe a little bit raw on the bottom? I don't know. Yum. Yum? Not necessarily classic. Family walk. Back home, it's dark out now. The nights are drawing in. We have had such a warm September. It has been beautiful, super sunny, super toasty. So I haven't really gotten into the mood of like getting my tea in the evening yet. But today was a little bit more crisp. So what I think I'm going to do is make myself my first cup of tea of the season. I'm going to get into my jammies and comfies, and then I think I'm going to go read in my chair downstairs, and that's going to be the rest of the day. This wasn't a super like reset type of video for welcoming in the new month, but it was just sort of like the nice autumnal vibes. So I'll take you guys along, and then that'll probably wrap up the video. So as I was saying, I'm trying to put a little bit more effort into short form content, so I have got everything linked down below. If you guys want to let me know what you want to see from me over the course of the season in the comments down below. The comments are my favourite. I love just chatting with you guys about books. It just makes me happy. It's such a little wholesome pocket of the internet. And yeah, if you want to like or subscribe if you are so inclined, it does help as I grow this channel. But thank you for watching. Let's go make some tea.